that you have nurtured here. So that part was kind of fun. But at some point, you guys had to hit your marks, get those lines right, and get this thing in the can.
Yeah.
And now, what was it like actually watching the film?
It was really interesting just to see, like, it was kind of funny, though, because there were a lot of transitions in the movie. And it was just kind of funny just watching yourself and seeing, wow, like, I didn't know I could do that kind of thing. Like, I didn't know I was that good, I guess.
Yeah.
These guys, too,
grab the mic there, Eric, for you.
Most of these guys had no idea what the movie was about because we did it in, a piecemeal fashion. We did out of sequence the scenes and everything. So I think there were maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of the kids that had a really overall view of how this was going to work out. And until we showed the movie yesterday, I think most of the cast was at a loss as to what the story was even about.
Isn't that funny? So they just had to know their scenes. But didn't you have to give them their motivation for that scene?
I did. And, it's funny, working with kids, I mean, these guys are young people and very talented young people. But when you're dealing with professional actors or more seasoned actors, you sort of give them a script and you say, interpret this in your way, go with it. Maybe I'll give a little direction, but for the most part, you let the actors run with it. With the kids, it's more of a hands-on thing because they're not really, they don't understand the emotions. They don't understand how the interaction may play with each other. And so I kind of got to get into the trenches a little bit.
How much then was done in the editing?
Editing is a very magical thing, Hank, as you know. And again, I mean, we would do maybe 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 15 takes on different scenes, and you would never see any of that stuff. All you see is the good stuff.
Sure, of course.
So, it moves quickly, and the music videos were all funny and humorous, and it came out to be a pretty good situation.
Chris, you were like a 15-take guy?
No, that was Jeremy.
No, everybody here is very good.
I bet. Chris, tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, coming into it, I always acted and sang and stuff, and the Wacky Factory alone was cool. And then once we did the movie, it seemed like a matured thing because the show seemed like not immature, but it was for younger children to watch. And then the movie had more matured elements to it, and it really brought out the best in us. And, yeah.
So you guys are growing as well.
Oh yeah,
so there was more depth, more that you were able to put in the movie.
Yeah, that was part of the reason to do the movie, was to sort of give them a little bit more of a mature themed situation to go through. It was really a high school story. The name of the movie is American Retro, a high school story. And a lot of these guys aren't even in high school yet. I mean, Jake is only 12 years old. Right. Chris and Jeremy are a little bit older. Sashira is 13. And Jordan, you're 12 too, aren't you? Yeah. So a lot of the kids that were in the movie have never been to high school.
Right.
But they sort of got a sense, and again, this is sort of a 1950s themed movie. All the music was written in that style. We had the Cruisin' Dreams Car Club bring their cars down to the Five and Diner and let us use them as props. We never really said in the movie that, yes, this is the 1950s, but we had all slicked back hair and leather coats. And the
now, George, did you do some research with this? I mean, did you watch Happy Day reruns or?
Well, I sometimes watched Grease.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like 50s.
To give you the feel for that. How many of you are now thinking, because of this experience with the Wacky Factory, that you want to go on and continue in the arts in some way as actors or behind the scenes? All of you. No kidding, because the experience is that much fun. Do you all want to be actors, or was anybody sparked to do something behind the scenes?
Chris has he's actually going to go into sports broadcasting.
Sports
is that right? Oh, no kidding.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yep.
Yeah. Great field. I thought maybe more people would want to be producers and writers and directors.
I'm trying to get my son into that. I want him to get into the behind the camera stuff, and he's starting to pick up on that.
This is fantastic. Now, for those of us who missed the world premiere, where else can we go out and see it?
Well, it will be played on WCCA TV 13, which is the cable access station in Worcester. Our show, The Wacky Factory, normally runs on Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. It's a half-hour show on WCCA. They'll show the movie in its entirety. I don't know when. They're going to have to set that up because it's a 70-minute long feature.
We will watch for it. We'll keep watching.
Absolutely.
For the listeners. Guys, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being
part
of the experience today.
We appreciate it, too. Thank you, Hank.
Right here.
Thank you.
On the Hank Stolz Experience.
The low rider is a little higher.